to be live. And, you know, technically for you guys, we're live, right? But for me, T-minus 15. I'm gonna be trying to keep my voice down again. I know, even as I say that, it's probably not gonna happen. What I should actually consider doing is just talking quiet and then turning my mic up. So let's see if that helps. I'm just gonna talk quiet and then my mic hopefully will compensate. So hope everyone's doing well. Yeah, big chillin'. Let me see the audio. Yeah, just let me know. I mean, it's easy to turn back down if I need to. So today we do have some teams to finish, so that is within our scope of consideration for sure. But my main plan today was I wanted to work on this team. So first and foremost, I do not know if we are going to keep Sneasel, but if we do, it needs a better Terra, so. Alright, so let's. What is good, Stormtrooper? We are big chillin' here. We are about to test the newest version of the Breloom team. I mean, I think we're pretty much towards the end of the, like, fixing part of the team building, you know? It's just, we have a team of 5. I do this a lot, unfortunately. Like, I'm really good at building teams of 4 or 5, and then not being able to figure out the best to last. But, that being said, you know, we're gonna do what we can, and we're gonna have fun. I mean, like, honestly, I could probably just use, like, Electabuzz or something, like, yeah, you know what I mean, like, there's no reason I couldn't, but we have fun. Yeah, hope you're doing well, Stormtrooper. I was not able to play pretty much all weekend because I was doing a jewelry show, but you know, it just seems like that's what happens. It's like they do these GCs and then it's like, oh, I just so happen to not be able to play right now. We are really using Sneasel right now. And it doesn't even counter the stuff, like, it doesn't even counter Psychic Turn. But just do it one time. Yeah, type overlapping is the truest. It happens. This team has a lot of dragon, but dragon is a type that you can overlap right now. And our waters don't have the same weakness. That took a while. Jeez. It is, I mean, it exists. It exists. It's a Pokemon. Let's just lead like this, I guess, with this and this. So, like, I'm definitely gonna take Sneasel off the team now that I remembered that it doesn't do what I want it to at all except for get beat up, like, the problem is that, like, I needed something that beats, Psychic Terrain, and, like, it literally is just a Dark type. It can't, there's so many things it can't do, like, it's very frustrating. They're probably just gonna protect if they don't Dire Claw. This is fine. Thought he had the sauce. Nope, that's not the sauce. That's not the sauce. I think they're just gonna lose Hydreigon here. Yeah, that's a rough turn of the cards, bud. I've enough to tell you there. Oh my god, dude. I'm gonna be honest, like, Breloom's kinda crazy. Cause, like, I'm just gonna Spore and Hurricane, and then Mach Punch next turn. Like, why wouldn't I? Like, and I'm faster, too. Like, I'm literally faster. This is the rudest crap ever. I know, I get it, my guy. What are you supposed to do? Oh my god. I talked so much crap on Breloom, and then it just does that, like... like... yeah. And like last time, dude. Freaking last time. Like, the last time we used this team, it was just like ridiculous. Like, Breloom did so much in the first match. The second match we didn't bring it, but we were able to pull the win off. And then then that one was the same thing. Like, you literally just lead Caliper Breloom and you click Tailwind Spore turn 1 and you win. Like, and then they try to fake out Power Bear and it's like, oh well, it has a cover cloak, so. Oh god. Keep it, yeah, alright. So, like I was saying, what we really need on this team is we need things that are good into Psychic Terrain. And it's like, the Sneasler was nice because it has beat up, but that's pretty much the only thing. Like, I can Bullet Seed my Arch, like, I can... there's so many different things I can do, you know, that we don't really need, we don't really need Sneasler, like, it's not, or Sneasel, it's not actually good. I think this Umbreon will be better, so, Citrus Umbreon. But, yeah. Alright, so we'll see. Ooh, and then we face the Psychic Terrain right away. So the question is, what should we do? This is a very serious question with no easy answer. I think I have to lead like Umbreon. Umbreon Shroom with Pelipper. Umbreon Shroom with Pelipper and God, this is rough. Umbreon Shroom, Pelipper, Kingdra. It's just that, like, I don't think I can actually stop Trick Room as well as I want to, right? Like, if anything, to stop Trick Room, you start Kingdra, kind of. Like, does it really work? It has to be this. So we are facing the one thing that I said is going to be rough. They do start in DD hat, so pretty much right away. I think instead of taunting here, I'm just gonna click Snarl Spore. Magic bounce. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, so that's what I was afraid of, was that they're just gonna switch in Ursaluna. Galley, okay. So hopefully they didn't bring it. That would be tight. This might be a bad play, but I'm gonna try to make it work. I think I might have wanted to just stay in and not Terra, but we'll see. Dude, like, yeah, believe me, I can tell, dude. I can tell. Like, it was a crit. So annoying, dude. If I get at least 3, maybe I need 4. Tragic. Freaking wasted a Terra and everything, like. Wasting the Terra is probably gonna lose me the game. And getting a double protect could lose me the game. Okay. They should also Sacred Sword here, but, you know, like... That was gonna happen, you're right. Here's the fun part. Doing obvious things. If they don't have Torkoal, we can win this, but they obviously have Torkoal. Like, literally the crit on Breloom, like, I don't see why the game feels like it needs to do things like that. Like, it feels very unnecessary and very rude. Like, it's like, you could just give me a fair chance. Like, did you imagine that being possible? Alright, let's do it. Let's win. Let's win. Oh, it's all good. Nah, just missed the one we needed to hit. That's fine. I didn't want to win, actually, so... BS, bro, like... This whole game... It's not enough to play well. You also have to not get crit. So... Here to therefore... Are you actually winning? So we could go for the Grim Snarl if we really wanted. I don't necessarily think it's the best. It does have light screen. Yeah. So like, if Umbreon is not doing anything, probably gonna switch it off for Grim Snarl. However, I do think that Umbreon did things in that last one, and we just got screwed over. So. I mean, but Urshifu is predictable. That's the thing. Like, you know that Urshifu's gonna do that. So, like, you have to plan for it, right? Like, I can't just plan for snarling them twice, and then it's like, oh, yeah, nah. Like, they just, do that. So, I mean, like, yes, you can. Like, you can technically play that way every time and say, okay, what if I got crit this turn? But, like, it's not, like... You shouldn't have to, like, you literally shouldn't have to. Just BS, man. Alright, let's start these two. We might honestly want to start the shark. With, yeah, I mean, this is kind of like the general comp versus this, I feel like, so. Yeah, yeah, you know what I mean. I don't like this turn, but I'm doing what I feel like I have to do. So we are going to see them Terra. If it's backs, yeah, okay, so we probably just lose. Poison, that's... It doesn't, like, win you the game. Oh, God. Mushroom! Sleep Pair, what up, though? That's a crit. I think we got this. Like, we need 1-5. Yep, and then it's, we got this. Because there's no way backs lives this, I'm just telling you, like, it just doesn't. I say we always make this play. Take this weather ball. Yep. Alright, John Jozo. Feeling a little grumps over there. Feeling a little John Jozo grump. So at this point, there is no real way for the Sneasler to outspeed my Garchomp. The Hurricane kill the Breloom. Then they don't, yeah. So, it all makes sense. Killing Pooters, not great. Question is, what's the best way to go about this? Because, like, realistically, I think I switch into Arch here and just go for the scale shot. And just, like, if I fall asleep, I fall asleep, kind of. Like... Okay, so that's done. So now the question is, what is my best play versus Sneasel, right? I think the answer is do something that guaranteed doesn't take Sneasel down the sash and switch in Pelipper. Okay, that's the excuse me. But the question is, sure. I mean, we can call it that. Like, I don't think that accurately captures what's happening here. Because I could have tailwinded. Like, I literally could have tailwinded. Like, and now they just Dire Claw. And we live. And we get a Weather Ball off. Hey, I mean, don't tell me I don't train my Pokemon. Alright, well. Pain. Only pain. I did have a feeling I was gonna live that. It was just, like, it was close enough that it was scary, right? So, let's just say that. Crits. Nice. Nice. Alright, get that stuff out of here, man. Like, it's like, please, please get it away from me. Yeah. So, I do kind of feel like... Yeah, Trubus. Big Trubus. It's not Umbreon, it's just not, like... But, we have a lot of options is the thing, like... Grimmsnarl, option, right? Grimmsnarl could be good. Sneasel, or I mean, Sableye, I mean, it does have, like, Will-O-Wisp, Knockoff, Foul Play, Quash. The whole fam. Mousehold. Mousehold is a Pokemon. Can't forget that. But more realistically, I was thinking, if not Grimmsnarl, something like Corviknight. Or just going back and keeping the Annihilate. So, that's pretty much where I'm at with this team right now. I think we try Grimmsnarl, and then we consider either just keeping Annihilate. It was a Scarf Annihilate, or putting on Corviknight or Goldango. So yeah, Corviknight, Goldango, Annihilate, or like Grim, I guess. Technically, we could do a dual weather team with Tyranitar and then Weather Ball Kingdra, but you gotta put a little respect on your name for that one. Like, I do in fact have the enough HP training for that, so like you gotta put a little respect on me. So let me look. Originally, Pelipper, if you do not, it has 135 with nothing, and I have 139, and I also have 4 in defense. So, yeah, alright. It all added up. It all added up to some big maps. But what else could we do? Let's think. We could run Farigiraf, but that doesn't really solve the things. It just gives us answers to, like, it just lets us click in prison. That's all it does. Besides that, like, it's not a real answer, so. Breloom's my guy. You know what I mean? He's just my guy. Might even be a girl, but girls can be my guy. Nope, it's a guy. I said it. Yeah. I like Breloom. Breloom has been performing very well. Breloom is not at all the problem with the team right now. It's literally just finding, we just can't find a good last slot. Like, I'll just post it on Twitter and tell someone to give me a good last slot. Like, as if any of them care. You know what I mean? Like, we're gonna crowdfund a last slot. Crowdsourcing. Grimstar, where'd you go, pal? Where did you come from? Where did you go? And you might think, like, why are we not just running King Gambit again? And it's like, well, to be honest, King Gambit just wasn't chuffing the stuff on this team. Like, it really just wasn't coming. We were barely using it, to put it another way, since it sounds better that way. And yeah, King Gambit was not getting brought to the matches a lot, and we had to use black glasses or something because of the fact that we have, I just think, like, in my opinion, it's Assault SH, like, so. Oh, jeez. Probably has Final Gambit too, I bet, like. Had to give him the light play. Alright, this is gonna be a rough one, guys. Like, their team is very awkward. So they do start the lead I was anticipating on the fort. So let's like Bullet Seed, Spirit Break. Yep. Because you're using a freaking thing, my guy. Like, what do you think? Like, what do you think this is? That's trash. The Staraptor is not a good Final Gambit Pokemon. It just sucks so bad. I feel bad for them, I really do. They thought they were cooking. Yeah, like, the Final Gambit just doesn't work, unfortunately. So this play is gonna look really awkward. But I think it's the right thing to do. Yeah, I probably just made a really dumb play now. I forget if they have Dazzling Gleam, though. Like, did they click Dazzling Gleam? That, no. So I'm just an idiot, like. But, do that, so. I think in that case, I can pretty much just, well, actually, to be honest, I'm gonna double them up in case it doesn't KO. Wow, dumb play. I mean, that was 4 times resisted, so I should have known what was gonna happen there, but like... Yeah, exactly. Like, that was on me more than anything. Like, we gotta admit that. Okay. Did you wake up? Flare Blitz. So, I think I'm actually gonna Spore the Instant again and then switch in Teleport here. If they're locked into Solar Beam, they probably just lose, so... Yeah, so they, yeah. Alright. Well, you can't win. So at least there's that. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, he can't do anything, so it's all good. We get to flex. That's what we get to do. Put turtles on. Alright, well, we solved the matchup a little. Like, I wouldn't call it a perfect solve. I think Thunderwave is a massive asset to beating the Sunroom team with what's his face though. Because if you really think about it, like, having Thunderwave means you have a better chance to beat Lilligant as well as beating Hat and Dee Dee, right? So like technically, as long as I do have Grimmsnarl, I have ways to counter Lilligant in Willicole and Hat and Dee Dee at the same time, right? And then Dragon Waters. Yeah, I mean, like, technically, in that case, like Stormtrooper's saying, like, if I really wanted to make sure that I was covering for it, I would have, like, a safety goggles Kingdra, and then just lead, like, Grimmsnarl Kingdra versus it, like, all the time, like, but, the Kingdra lead is a little more rough because of Hat, because, like, Dazzling Gleam is a problem, right? What up, Burger Gundam Funger? So yeah, that was a good push. A real good push. Let's get you guys that rental. Scode code. It's just a Scode code for you. I'm gonna say that we have to undo this one for now. Like, I'm sorry, Spiritoon. I'm sorry. Yeah, exactly. You gotta look out for freeze dry, and I have a lot of my team weak against freeze dry, so like, you basically have to lean into like the Arch side of the team versus Ninetales, which is like really the only thing running freeze dry. So nice. We got some interacting chats. I appreciate that. So this is the team. It's working. I'm gonna be honest, like, I really like this team. I think it looks a little unconventional, but like only because of the Breloom, and then like people aren't really running Kingdra right now. But like Kingdra is good right now in this format. It just has a good typing, and then Breloom, for as unconventional as it is actually pretty decent, I think. So like the fast Spore, inherently good. The thing is, like, hold on, I'm gonna sneeze. It was a double sneeze. No, true. Anyways, Breloom, like, it literally needs the Sash and Technician, right? So, like, you just run Bullet Seed Technician, and then, like, just also run Sash and just act like it's fine, right? Like, is it fine? A lot of the time, yeah. Like, you know, if you only get 3 Bullet Seeds off, if you only get 2 Bullet Seeds off, sorry. If you only get 2 Bullet Seeds off, it's basically the same as getting off a Seed Bomb, except 15/16 the power. So it's 15/16 the power of a Seed Bomb at minimum, right? So like, you've got room to improve there, you know. So it's not like it sucks that much to only land 2, but like it's unfortunate that it can happen. And not only that, like, you can land 3, which is not how, you know, loaded dice works. Obviously, like, loaded dice guarantees 4 or 5, so the fact that you can get 2 to 5, it does make a difference. But like, Breloom has been able to do crazy things in these matches that we've brought it to, just based on the fact that, like, I just lead Pelipper Breloom and I just, like, click Spore. Like, it's I think people forget, who don't play enough or like just only play casually, that like having good support is half the battle, right? Like, you can just make a pure offense team and just play really well and have all the right contrasting types, which include defense, right? But like, you get so far ahead by just having Tailwind, by just having Spore, by just having Light Screen and Reflect, like, and so like, it's interesting when you start getting into games where it's like, yeah, no, turn 1 I literally just didn't even attack them, like, I clicked Spore and Tailwind, and then they couldn't do anything, like, what are they like they didn't take a KO on turn 1, I'm moving faster than them, one thing's Spored, the other thing's getting Spored next turn, and Pelipper has Weather Ball and Hurricane, so like, what are you really gonna do, my guy? Like, it's, if they're not prepared for it, it's really difficult to deal with, and I enjoy that, you know what I mean? So yeah, it's been a lot funner than I originally anticipated it to be, but like, I also didn't really have the team worked out in the beginning, right? I was just like, let's use Breloom. And now here we are. So we obviously have 3 dragon Pokemon. Dragons are one of the things in this format that is completely fine to overlap your types. Like, honestly, there's not that many fairy moves around. Like, if there's a Grimmsnarl, you should have answers for it. If there's a Sylveon, that's scary. At least we have Wide Guard. We have Spore too. We have Fast Spore. Houndstone, yeah. I've tried to make Houndstone work, and it's like, it's rough, man. Like, fluffy and like all that stuff is an interesting idea. I understand why people started running Assault Vest on it, because like, it really just feels like when I use it, I want it to be attacking, and then like, I send it out and it just has like Snarl and Last Respect and like Will-O-Wisp and Protect, and I'm like, yeah, I mean, like, that's a good moveset. I'm not gonna lie about that, but like, there's situations where I don't want to just send out Houndstone at the very last minute and hope it can do something, right? Like, and so, I don't know. I mean, technically it's not like a last minute set, but like, you know, the Last Respect Snarl Will-O-Wisp is rough. And obviously that's not what you said. You said Alice Switch Will-O-Wisp Endeavor Uproar, which is interesting. But yeah. So going on about the team, yeah, like, our Chowdon's typing, like Stormtrooper said, is really like hard to beat in terms of like viability, you know. The Steel Dragon is just such an amazing typing, and when you pair it with the Stamina ability, it just makes our Chowdon such a threat. And like, it is nice that there is at least Pokemon like Sneasler, you know, that can reliably move faster and close combat one-shot it. It's not that hard to move faster, so like, you just need close combat and like being a good Pokemon. But you know, our Chowdon is scary, and its types make it really good without Terra, and Terra just makes it even better. So, you know, like in my ROM that I'm making right now, where there's no fairy type yet, like, I'm seeing that, like, well, and also the type chart works differently, so that's a thing, but like, because like physical and special is split between types instead of moves, but poison and steel are like 2 of the strongest types that exist, and there's a reason why, like, every now and then when there's a good like bulky poison Pokemon or like way to use poison moves, it just goes far. You know what I mean? And, you know, we're obviously seeing Sneasler do really well right now. Poison, you know, it has the fighting resist. It hits a lot of things for neutral damage, and it hits good things for super effective damage. You know, it's like Fairy, grass. I think that's literally all, but like just those two are like very big assets, right? Because there's not that many things outside of like weather shenanigans right now, you know? That hard check Rillaboom, right? Like, sure you can send out a Pelipper, sure you can send out a Torkoal or a whatever, right? But like, both of those can be countered by just having your own sun or something, right? And so like, poison, whenever it pops up, is like, alright, well, like, here's something that I don't have to worry about having weather or something. Like, I just freaking click Sludge Bomb or or Dire Claw, and then Rillaboom gets like massacred, or Sylveon is just like crippled, and you know, Primarina is taking like very uncomfortable damage. You know what I mean? It's like, it's really good. So yeah, Poison is a great type, and Poisons and Steel specifically are two of the best types in my opinion. So it just doesn't really seem like Poison is that good usually, but there's a reason why we use it as a Terra a lot of the time. So but yeah. Terra does throw a wrench in things for sure. This is the team. You know, I like it. It's fun. I actually really like Loaded Dice Garchomp. I think this team has a lot of fun ways to activate Arc Shaldon, even though it doesn't look like it. Well, it kind of looks like it, but either way. I think that's probably gonna do it for me tonight. I did just get back home after my jewelry show, and that technically gives us 5 matches, I think, with this team to post. So, we played 3 today, 2 in the last one. And I really do think Breloom has been doing a lot, so yeah. If anything, we can take a moment to do a little, like, other team fixing. Because it's like, sometimes hold on, I'm gonna sneeze again. I'll let you mute. Thank you. I had so many fun ideas, and then I just didn't know what to do with them. And then other people started doing things that looked like them. And it wasn't me. I don't know. Yeah. Alright, so there's this team. I really like it. But in testing, I was thinking about taking backs off the team for Rillaboom, just because it's a better, again, size spam answer, but it's a little up in the air, and I also felt like I wasn't getting as much use out of the Scarf Annihilate as I wanted to, so I'm not ready to release the team right now anyways, but like, it just feels like something that needs to be considered. This looks funny. Yeah, that could be a thing. I think in that case, you take Dragon Dance off and you just run like Ice Punch, Liquidation, Crunch, Protect. right? Ice Punch, Liquidation, Crunch, Protect, Loaded Dice, Assault Vest. I was actually thinking about trying Assault Vest faster, Saluna. So there's that. But alright, so let's see. Metal Coat, I actually think would probably be better as specs on this team. So let's do a Spec Skuldango. So Spec Skuldango, Citrus and or Leftovers and or Miracle Seed Rillaboom, Assault Vest. Is I'm assuming Vacuum Wave is not one of these moves. I hope you guys are excited. Oh, hey. I hope you guys are excited for my ROM. Like, I've been doing a lot of work on it, and I know I don't talk about it a lot, but like, I really do think it's gonna be a lot of fun for you guys, and like, I'm doing it pretty selflessly, you know, like, I just kind of want people to have fun, but like, you know, obviously there will be a way that people can donate if they really want to, you know, but that's not the point, you know what I mean? Like, the point is that, like, I really just want the community to enjoy it and, you know, have a little chance to go back to something fun that, like, reminds us of, you know, why we really started playing this game. Like, you know, not a game that is like you have to play it because it's gonna lead up to playing competitive. Like, just a game that you just play and you just like feel it out, and you know what I mean? It's just gonna be a good old Gen 3 game. You know, there's not gonna be you're not gonna have a guide when you first play it. You're just gonna play it, and you're just gonna have to figure out where to go. And you might get snagged, and you might have to talk to people who have played it and ask them if they know where to go. And you know, the community as a whole can figure it out together. I mean, I think it'll be fun, but no matter what, you know, even if just one person plays it, I know they'll enjoy it. Like, I've been enjoying it, and I'm making it. But yeah, it's not that I think we're like losing our joy of Pokemon, you know. I just think like Pokemon has evolved so much from what it originally was, you know, and it's like when I go back and I play like Gen 1 through 3, I'm like, it gives me that experience of like, I'm, you know, like, it's just a Pokemon game. Like, I choose my starter, I build my team, I grow attached to it, I play the story, and I enjoy it. And then there's like a cool after game to, hopefully, you know, in mine there is, wink wink, right? You know, and then there's a cool after game, you enjoy the after game, and then if you really want, you just do Battle Tower, you shiny hunt, but like, you know, it's a good old Gen 3 game. And I just think there's a lot to enjoy about it, you know, more than just like being forced to like, okay, I beat it, now I'm just gonna play competitive. Like, yeah, you guys get it. I'm not gonna keep rambling. Ja, appreciate you. Yeah, Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon was really fun. Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon gets very good reviews, and for a good reason, you know, like Sun and Moon was good, you know, but like Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon improved on Sun and Moon in a way similar to how X2 or sorry, Black 2 and White 2 improved on Black and White. Like, don't get me wrong, like Black version and White version were really good games, but like Black 2 and White 2 were like some of the best DS era games. Like, they're like the extra story and like the look of the game, like all the extra areas is just so great. Like, and Type Null was always so cool in that game, in my opinion. Like, there's a reason why Type Null is one of my favorite Pokemon now, and like it's really because of how cool they make it seem in Black and White, and it just means that they did a good job, you know what I mean? So, yeah. Let's see. I mean, like, I do think there's merit in keeping the leftovers. What am I looking for right now? Technically, I just need a citrus berry, so... Oh, no, now I remember. I was thinking, if I do want a Miracle Seed, that I should grab it. Where is it? I know I have one. Oh, it's right there. Come on. How you gonna look me right in the face? Like, how you gonna do that? The funny thing is, though, is like, I don't actually like Miracle Seed Breloom that much. So let's try Citrus Berry, Leftovers, AV, Yada Mingus, Cobra Cloak. Always boys. Oh, dude. Stormtrooper. Don't even get me started on BDSP, man. Like, I think we all, if you're an old enough player, had the same reaction to that first BDSP trailer, man. Like, the second they showed that chibi style, dude, it was over. Like, it was never gonna be a good game. It just wasn't. It never was gonna be a good game. Like, because it's not what anybody wanted it to be. Like, we wanted something kind of closer to, like, what we got with Let's Go, but, like, not, like, throwing the freaking Pokeballs, you know? Like, we didn't want, like, Let's Go Togepi and Wooper, which I know some people would have been okay with, you know what I mean? But, like, we wanted a game that looked closer to what we have now, but, like, a remake of you know, Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl, right? Or yeah, you get what I mean, Diamond and Pearl. So, like, yes, we would have probably taken a Let's Go game like that. But yeah, dude, like, the second that chibi, like, commercial came out, it was just like, bro, like, what are you guys doing? Like, who is in charge of these decisions and like actually told you guys to greenlight that. Like like you just like it's like you made one stylistic decision that ruined the whole thing. Like but I get it. Like it's like they wanted to quote unquote pay homage to the original style or something, but it didn't work. It's not like you gotta listen to the fans. Like it's like who were you listening to when you decided that was the thing to do? Like, I don't know. Yeah, I guess that's all I have to say about it. It just is like, holy crap, dude. Alright, let's see. It was like, is this real life? Is this real life? There it is. There's Breloom. Okay. So we got to the old meat. And while it is not always a better move, it is definitely a better move sometimes. Yeah, oh yeah, no, 100 for sure. 100 for sure, dude. Like 100 for sure, dude. 100%, man. Like, for sure. Like, if someone were to literally just make a mod of BDSP that like just made modern graphics, and the problem is like you can't just make a mod that's like BDSP modern graphics. It's just making a new game. Like you couldn't mod BDSP and just give it modern graphics without just making a new game, right? Because like within the code of BDSP is not, you know, the 3D graphic code, right? So like it would literally have to be like a Sword and Shield mod or like a Scarlet and Violet mod where someone like remade their own map and like made BDSP, and like, oh, I would play the crap out of it, don't get me wrong, but like, you know what I mean, it's, you wouldn't be able to mod BDSP to do it, right? Is the reality. Unfortunately, you know, so BDSP itself as a game is kind of ruined by the stylistic choices they made for it. And I'm sure they did it to save money, you know, like it costs them less money to make that type of code, you know, and put that amount of effort into it and then just shove it out to us and act like we'll enjoy it. But yeah. Last thing we need on this team is Assault Vest, Leftovers Citrus, Covert Cloak, Loaded Dice, and Ice Punch. Ooh, Shadow Claw. But you don't need Shadow Claw when you got Crunch Meat. Crunch. Well, the thing is that, like, they're more than likely never gonna bring the entire national dex back into a game. Like, I'd like it if they did. Hold on, I might sneeze again. I think I'm good, but we'll see in a second. I don't think they would ever bring the entire dex back into a game, but I do understand what you're saying, right? Like, there's legitimate merit to it. It'd be fun, you know, for sure. But what am I really trying to say? Sorry, with instead of just rambling, like, if they were doing that, they wouldn't do it with a game that they were gonna mainline competitive Pokemon on, because I think the meta would be too big and unpredictable if every single Pokemon was there. Like, if they did it, they would make another Pokemon Coliseum type game. And I think, in my opinion, that's not a bad idea. Like another Pokemon Coliseum, or even like a Pokemon. Well, I meant to say Pokemon Stadium, but I said Pokemon Coliseum. But a Pokemon Stadium or Pokemon Coliseum game would be a good candidate for that, because like, they can make a fun game that gives you access to every Pokemon without subjecting us to what that would do to the meta. And in my opinion, it'd be fun to try a meta that has access to everything. So it's not like I even, you know, poo-poo the idea. It's just that, it's like the Dondozo effect, you know? It's like, I don't like having to build every team knowing that Dondozo's in the game. You know what I mean? Like, and there's just like, in my opinion, there's nothing that's really left out of the game right now that would be annoying to have in the game. But like, there's just a sense in me in which, like, I don't think having all the options is what they want in the meta. Like, I don't know how to explain it. Like, it's like they're building a meta every time they build a game itself is like an interesting way to look at it, right? Like, they're just the same way that like every format only has access to certain Pokemon. Like, every game only has access to certain Pokemon, and that makes certain Pokemon in themselves okay to exist. Like, and you can't really say that adding more Pokemon back into the game makes those Pokemon like better, because it really doesn't, right? Like, I don't, like, if anything, it makes them worse. But like, it's, I don't know, like it's like, I think the best way to put it is like, Dondozo wouldn't exist. Dondozo basically wouldn't exist without a game like this. And then like, there's a really good chance that like they wouldn't feel comfortable moving Dondozo into another game. So like, Pokemon like Dondozo show that like there's certain Pokemon that are kind of made by Game Freak to be good, or to exist in mostly certain like gimmicks, right? Like certain Pokemon are just really good in the Dynamax. Like, certain Pokemon are just really good in the Terra format. Like, and in surrounding with what was available in that game, right? And then when you change it, it's not like the Pokemon doesn't function the same. It either becomes like broken and problematic, or it's like, I don't know. I think you get what I'm saying. You know what I mean? It's like, I don't really know how to explain it better than that, but there's a reason for whatever reason that they don't make an everything format, even though I think it would be fun. So, yeah, there are Pokemon that would be very good in the new format. Gliscopod would be very fun right now. Ferrothorn with Terra, like, there's a reason why there's no Ferrothorn right now, because, like, Ferrothorn with Terra would be Scarothorn. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah. So, like, I think, like, and it's an effect that you see in so many different ways, right? Because, like, not only did they leave Ferrothorn out of this game, but, like, they didn't give Breloom Trailblaze. They didn't give Sneasel Ice Spinner. And it's like, why? Because in their heads, they're actually thinking about what would this do to the meta if we introduced Pokemon with certain abilities plus move combinations, right? And, like, putting a Pokemon in this game that has Trailblaze and Spore and Technician, like, even though it's Breloom, like, would be meta-defining. And it would be everywhere. You know what I mean? So it's like, there's a reason why Game Freak probably sat down and they were like, yeah, maybe don't give Breloom Trailblaze, I'm just saying, like, and then we all sit there and we're like, but you could've gave Breloom Trailblaze and it would be good. You know what I mean? But they're like, but hold on, do you actually want that? Like, are you sure? And, same thing with Ice Spinner Sneasel. Because, like, Sneasel having Inner Focus, like, Inner Focus plus Ice Spinner is actually really, really good. Because it means, like, you can't be faked out. And they can't reliably switch in Psychic Terrain on you. So, like, they can't do either of those things to stop Sneasel. And, like, that means that Sneasel, if it had Ice Spinner, would legitimately be being used more than it is right now. Like, and so Game Freak, whether or not we want to admit it or not, definitely sits down and thinks about stuff like that. Like, you know, what would happen if we gave Breloom Trailblaze, knowing that it also gets Technician? What would happen if we gave Sneasel Ice Spinner, now that we know, or knowing that it has Inner Focus, but Weavile doesn't, so Weavile gets Ice Spinner? You know what I mean? It's when they make new moves, you know, that introduces just as much of a mechanic consideration into the game as introducing new Pokemon, right? And for that same reason, you know, they take moves out of the game. They take items out of the game when we move into new formats, right? Like, or into new gimmicks. And, like, that's why normal gem's not in the game anymore, right? Because, like, normal gem explosion would be disgusting right now. Like, we have something gem in this game, I think. Like, there's some sort of gem, but, like, there's multiple times where I've been like, oh, dude, like, if I just had, like, normal gem, that'd be so busted right now. And then, like, I look and it's just like, or, like, maybe a normal gem is in this game and maybe I'm tripping right now, but, like, I know there's an item in which that is the case. Is normal gem in the game? I'm pretty sure there is some type of gem in this game, though, and it's just not the normal gem. Normal gem is here. Maybe it was the oh, I was thinking of flying gem actually was the one that I was thinking about. So it was flying gem was the one that I was thinking about. Yeah. So see, yeah. Stormtrooper literally just said it too. And, you know, for you guys, you will hear me agreeing with him after, you know, but for me, the 30-second delay, yeah, like, it's flying gem was actually the one that I was thinking of because, it's like Ambipom, Sneasler, like Hawlucha, you know, all these Pokemon that like would just be absolutely ridiculous with like Flying Terra plus Acrobatics Flying Gem. You know what I mean? It's like you just like you can't put stuff like that in the game. So there's a reason why, you know, when they develop new gimmicks, they also have to sit down and say, okay, so like what moves can we not give to certain Pokemon? What moves do we have to not include in the game? What items do we not have to include in the game? You know? Yeah. So it makes sense, right? Why they didn't include it, but yeah. It's funny stuff for sure. Right, exactly. Like, but let's be honest, the fact that normal gem is in the game, I guess I don't have one right now, but like if normal gem is in the game, like normal gem, normal Terra explosion should not be allowed to exist. So, like, cool. But alright, like that's where we're at. So, or like yeah, right, like Flying Gem Brave Bird, right? Flying Gem Acrobatics. Flying Gem Acrobatics. With Talonflame. Oh god. They deliberately nerf Spiritomb and Electros. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, I mean, like Electros being a levitating electric type wood is incredibly good right now. Right. Alright. I love Ambipom, man. Like, I really enjoy using it. But, like, the thing that is sad to me about it is that, like, every time I try using anything other than the Fake Out Last Resort set, it's just not that good. Like, but technically, in this format, you should be able to actually see decent success with, like, the Fake Out Bullet Seed, Triple Axle, Fury Swipes, you know what I mean? Like, Technician. Yeah, and the VGC, my homie. I faced Andy using his, he was using his Golem team. I don't think it was normal jet, because, you know, Galvanize, but yeah, I knew that there was a gem that was in the game, but I knew that there was one that I kept wanting that I didn't have. But it makes sense that if they were gonna put one and not the others, it'd probably be normal. So, like, yeah. Triple Axle, Ice Terra, King Rock, Flame U-Turn. Yeah, and then in that case, you just don't really need Technician that bad, right? Like, you just run Skill Link. Well, I mean, it's still probably better to run Technician if we're being honest, but... That makes sense. Sorry, so now I'm kind of just wandering around now because we were talking. We got into a deep discussion there. That was a good discussion, guys. Good job, team. Oh god. Alright, well, cool. Yeah, good job, team. Like I said, I'm gonna get you guys that video tomorrow. Actually, I probably won't be able to get it to you tomorrow because I didn't record while I was restreaming, so I'm gonna have to wait for this to be ready to download before I can get it out to you guys. So if not tomorrow, we'll get you guys a video the next day. But thank you guys for tuning in. I'm very glad to see people feeling more comfortable talking in the chat these days. Yeah, the Assault Vest King Gambit I think is the way to go. Like, and that's why, like, for me it's hard to run like King Gambit Arch teams sometimes because, like, I really like Assault Vest Arch, but like I don't always feel comfortable running King Gambit with Sword Stance. So like if I'm running a if I'm running an Arch King Gambit team, it literally has to have redirection, and like that's what most people do. So, you know. The EV like Bisharp, bro. Hey man, someone's got to do it. I feel you. It's just unfortunate that, like, it's pretty much worse in all ways, shape, or forms. Like, I think they pretty much just upped King Gambit's stats completely so that, like, you really can't feasibly run, like, Bisharp bulkier than King Gambit, like, without massive losses to what it can do, so... King Gambit was an unnecessary improvement to Bisharp, if you ask me, but... Or, like, a definite improvement would be a way to put it. But yeah. Good stream, guys. Go team, like I said. And I will talk to you, you know, in the next stream.